What's up? So, channel member and friend Scott reached out to me and said he had a couple of pieces that needed tuning or some kind of work or whatever, and asked me if I'd be happy to look at them, or if I would. He didn't ask me if I'd be happy to, but asked me if I'd look at them, and of course I'd be happy to look at them. So it looks here like we got a TS219. So let's start here. And how do you not like a TS219, man? Look at this bad dude. I mean, whew. Now, of course, I got to clean it up and I got to tune it. And we're going to disassemble it and, you know, all the little stuff that we do. I think I remember him saying something about the detent was really stiff. Maybe on both of these. I don't remember. But I think maybe the way we'll do it is just kind of dig through both of them and see what we find. So the lockup here is about 50%. I mean, the blade's centered. The detent is a little stiff with the back flipper, so my guess is it's probably going to be stiff here. Yeah, like I can't spidey flick that knife, and I can't thumb flick it. So maybe that's it, is we've just got the detents a little stiff on it, and see if we can't get it figured out. Now, it's super snappy with that back flipper, but yeah, I mean, it's stiff. Okay. Well, hey man, let's do it, right? Let's get it working, right? We'll check in, check it out, and maybe we'll come back to this one and do it on another one. But yeah, so TS219, it's a Jelly Jerry design in 14C28N. You've got carbon fiber on top of titanium scales. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot to like about this knife. A lot. And so, yeah, I don't blame Scott a bit. I'd want it to function perfectly because it's that nice. I think there might be another screw under this scale. But in order to get there, I got to get that off. And then this screw. Yeah, got a little hidden screw under there. T8. It's got its fair share of oily going on. A little dirt in there. Nothing horrible. But we don't need horrible, because we'll just get in them, clean them up. And then, how do I want to attack this detent? I think, I probably should have looked at that. I think I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to look at it and see where that lines up when there's a blade in it and then not a blade. Oh, come on. Calm down. I think I can just load this up here for this purpose. I don't got to do all the other stuff. Okay. So yeah, that's about where we are. And it looks like we're almost to the edge lined up. Just a little bit on the inside of that. All right, well, let's see where it's at when it's not in a knife or not assembled. Oh, yeah. That's got quite a bit. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to take just a little bit off this detent. Ooh. McCracken. Had to crack that open. Not McLovin. The McCracken. I think I'm going to have to grab that with a pair of pliers because it seems pretty committed to not coming out of there. There it goes. Okay. Let's just take a little hair off of that. Whew. It is sprung. Doesn't want to give it back. And it's tight. I'm gonna leave it there. Let's try that. And man, there's some other tricks too. If I got to mess with the detent ball, we'll get down on that. Whatever. But that might have solved it right there. We'll see. Right now we got a lot of wiping to do, and I probably got to pull this other scale. I bet you I do. Because there was plenty of oil underneath that other side. So let's just get this off. Get a good look at it. See what's what. Yeah, it's full of oil. Need that collar out of there too. There it is. Okay. Well, we're apart. Let's get to wiping. Look at this blade, man. And this jimping, so nice. Now, me and him didn't talk about me sharpening any of his stuff, but if it needs a hone, I will definitely hone it up. Manage any burr issues, that kind of thing. Yeah. Probably like a lot of dudes like me, man. I have this whole conglomerate of people, that come by, and all I do is tune up their knives. You know what I mean? But I hornswoggle with my friends too, man. Like my plumber, Justin's a great dude. And whenever he comes over and deals with my water heater, my water softener, or whatever, I get the knives out of his pocket and get them cleaned up and sharpened up. And I recently was in a position to bless him with a really cool coldsteel work knife. And I think that's going to serve him very well. It's a wonderful knife. I mean, they just make their stuff next level tough, man. They're meant to take a beating. It's like the old Timex watch commercials. Remember that? Like, you got to be old school, but man, they used to tie them to or tape them to, I think, to the propellers of boat motors and airplanes. I mean, you know, Timex watches, man. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking, right? And I mean, they had, I mean, I wonder if those commercials are on YouTube somewhere, because they did some pretty interesting stuff to their watches. Simple old Timex watches, man. The old wind-up kind. This before digital watches. And but cold steel's like that, man. They will beat their stuff. I mean, pretty impressive, the lengths they go to see how tough their stuff is. And if you need a work knife, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, boy, there's a whole lot of knives you could pick that wouldn't measure up to those. But yeah, I think that started out by me just kind of talking about, I got people that bring me knives all the time. They go, hey, I got a knife. Can you look at it? Of course I can. Be happy to. Because I enjoy doing it. Scale screw, scale screw. This is going to be this screw. Here we go. Okay. Let's go here and start to reassemble. I need the pivot. There it is. If there's any more in front of me, would have bit me. I need a collar. Stop pin. One of these. Got a long one and a short one. I'm gonna guess the long one goes with the pocket clip. Oh no, wait a minute. This has an internal screw. That's got to be this one. Yep. Yep. Okay. Is it that one? Yeah, it's got to be, because then this one would be the pocket clip. But it goes through the scales. This one does not. Okay. Man, gotta catch up. What am I doing? A little dabble, do you? Blade. I'm not sure, but I may have this piece in M390. Maybe. I think I'm going to look. Let me get a little bit. Got a really exaggerated ramp for that detent ball too. Let's get this back screw in there. Yeah, I think it's one of these. I don't think it matters which one. Let's check that action before we Start messing with those scales. There it is. Took a lot to get that done, though. Yeah, that detent ball is just way out there, man. Way out there. I think I'm going to have to consider messing with it because, I might have to find that. I mean, maybe, let me, one more run at this. Yeah, I mean, looking at it, I don't think I really moved it. I think it's in the same place it was in. Yeah, it still hasn't moved. That thing is sprung. Let's, I think I'm gonna break down and go to the pliers because it is being difficult. I better find my part. All right, hold on. Nope. All right. Well, I'm not going backwards, but I forgot that I turned the camera off to pick up that part, I guess. And we are in final assembly, and the proof is going to be in the pudding here. See what we got. Made a few adjustments under the guise of darkness. The pocket clip on this one, it's got a couple of straight lines on it, so for the most part, I mean, it's okay. It's recessed with one screw into the carbon fiber. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, of the whole process, you know what I mean? But does have some straight lines, and so at the end of the day, if this screw is kept tight, this pocket clip should be fine. So the blade centered, basically drop shut, spidey flick, thumb flick, and still enough detent to get that all the way out. Can you throw that out now? I can't. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you went backwards with it, you probably could. Nah, I mean, but yeah, so that back flipper works really well. The thumb flick is really easy to deploy. And then the spidey flick, I mean, it takes some effort, but you can definitely get in there and get it. Just got to be aware not to get your finger on that lock right there. as long as you're off the lock, that'll run. So yeah, much improved. Make sure we don't have any play in it. There's a little wiggle there. Let's get that wiggle out. Yeah, the pivot was a little loose. Ooh, careful. Yeah. Let's get rid of these tools. We'll finish checking this in. I don't know if we've had one on the channel before, but we'll treat it like we haven't. The action on this right now, I mean, it's A-level action. It's wonderful. Yep. Come on. Gotta not put your finger on that lock right there. Ergonomics. I mean, the ergonomics on this knife are stupid good. Just everything locks in. The way that this grips here in this part, and then the index finger behind this finger guard flipper tab. The jimping, I mean, it's combat stuff. Really locked in. So, not so confident, confident, very confident. This thing just climbs, man, all the way up towards very confident. The reverse grip is just as good on this knife. It's wonderfully comfortable. Not so much this. Yeah, the pocket clip. Thick stuff. Yep, all the way home. It's got a nice look. It's got milling on it. Let's look at the milling on that clip. Pretty cool stuff. But runs all the way. It's got great tension. One hand in, one hand out. Could use maybe a little bit more tension on standard jean size material. Just a little bend in this pocket clip here would help. Safety. Yeah, I mean, I can't make blade contact there. The tip is buried. So, I mean, the clip is good, the tip is good, and I'm confident putting this in the pocket, not making any random contact with a sharp blade. Let's make sure it's sharp. I mean, suspect. Let's try stropping it. Just a quick strop. Come on. I'm going to do as a dual bevel. I'm going to do them separate. I'm not going to run those together. Because that is a secondary point where those two bevels come together. Ooh, did that shine up? A little strop work. It only does that if they're finished properly to begin with. You know, if that edge that's on there isn't very good, it's not going to clean up like it is right here. Yeah, it's cleaning up wonderfully. Do that edge, that edge. All right. Where are we at? What did we end up with? Let's go right here. And right here. Yeah, come on. Plenty sharp. I don't think these are available, but let me check. It's a TS129. Okay, I think I said 129, but it's a 219, TS219. And this 14C version, I couldn't find it anywhere. However, White Mountain Knives has the same piece in M390. And they're asking like 114 for the knife. And then, of course, if you use the discount code DM10, you can pick it up for just over $100. Puts you at like 104. Yeah, wonderful action. I mean, it took a little tuning, man. This thing slightly finicky. That Spidey flick's not perfect still. That fuller's kind of in an odd place, and you want to grab here where the lock is. So you got to force yourself to get right. But if you do, it'll run really well. Yep, and then the thumb flick functions nice now. Yeah, so TS219, pretty solid. Scott, I appreciate you sending it in, and I'm going to put this one back in the package, back in the box. And we'll take a look at this next challenge. But all of that will happen in the next video. Appreciate y'all watching.